gang, how's it going? Welcome back to Snake River Fly. I'm going to talk a little bit about our dry dropper system that we like using for fishing. Trickier water versus an indicator. A lot of times we'll put a big dry fly on there, not even worrying about that matching the hatch or really being super effective as what they're eating, but more just to disguise an indicator. So anyway, a lot of people know how to do that out there, where you're going to run the dry fly, and then off that dry fly you're going to run typically a bead head. But there's another way or two to do it to also take advantage of the vertical rig setup that we use here at Snake River Fly. And I was just going to show you on a doodle here how we do it, and it tends to work out pretty dang good for this setup. So we've got a leader, you know, let's say it's your 9-foot leader, finished in 3X, coming from your fly line. And you're going to tie your fly on normally how you do it. You know, if it's a fisherman's knot or whatever knot you use, you know, we'll say we've got a big, you know, foamy dude in here. Ooh, that's not a very good looking hook. With our hook, you know, we got a big bushy guy hanging like so, and we've got our knot tied onto there, some rubber legs, whatever. Instead of tying off this bend and coming down, which is going to create not only a linear pull, so you'll always have some drag on this dry fly, but it also allows, or the angle doesn't allow this to drop quite as fast as if we do the same thing. And we're going to, you know, let's just say this is tapering down to a 3X, 9-foot. I'm going to take my 4X. I'm going to tie a fisherman's knot right over the top of that 4X. It's going to slide and butt up against, you know, my fisherman's knot to my dry. And then we'll come down our depth. This gives us that 90-degree vertical angle. It's easy to slide this up and down and adjust it. You can slide it forward. You can change your top fly. That type of thing works really easy as well. Casts really well, and tends to drop bugs faster. So, you know, if we were going to come down here with, let's say, our 4X like we were talking, and we put our, you know, little bead head on here, then I'll come off the eye on anything smaller than a 12 and go to another, you know, little trick bead head looking thing. Yeah, you can run your double dropper system, and this is a lot less leader that's on the water getting dragged around. It's a faster sink, and you're never going to have problems with those two knots button up as long as these two knots are set. And once again, these are just fisherman's knot. You know, you can do an improved. Same thing here. I kind of like just doing the 5 twist and get on with it. But there's your vertical hopper dropper system from Snake River Fly. Just going to show you a little bit closer detail of how we're going to run that hopper dropper setup, the way we like to run the vertical style. Once again, I've got my leader here going to my big chubby cherub tan, and I'm just going to do that 5 twist knot, the improved clinch, the clinch, fisherman's knot, whatever you want to call it, right on the running line, and that's going to butt right up to that other knot that we have that's tied onto our leader, the leader to the big dry. And then we're going to come down to our bead head. In this case, a little blue demon. Fish is really good down here this time of year. And I've tied off the eye, and then what I like to do is come off the eye on these smaller nymphs as well to a second fly if I'm going to do a second fly. So try to get that threaded through there. And we'll just come eye to eye. And I'll twist these the opposite way, kind of like a blood knot, or excuse me, the same way, opposite of a blood knot. And that way I'll end up with my tag ends both facing out. And so I'll end up with both tag ends. Can't quite see them spin the knot, but they're both sticking out like little antenna there. And that gives you a nice, clean, non-twisting dropper. It hangs vertically off of your hopper. And believe it or not, you'll get more hookups by having that hook exposed. You'll get a lot better drag-free drift on this guy. You'll definitely notice any action that goes on at that 45, excuse me. Take number 2. And once again, you'll have a lot more hookups with that hook exposed on your hopper. You're going to get a lot less drag on that fly. It's going to drift a lot naturally, so you'll see more strikes. And you're also going to be pretty hypersensitive to anything pulling on that dropper. It's going to drop and move that baby really fast. So that's a vertical rig hopper dropper. It's a vertical rig hopper dropper, but the way we do it here at Snake River Fly. Thanks a bunch.